Eagles will match up with the New York Jets. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Mike 57. I hope you brought your luck because I'm about to take you to school.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. He'll have a first down past the 40. And now running right through it. A huge play there right off the bat. 51 yards. They had trouble stopping the run last week in a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Give me that ball, defense. Yo, 80. Give me that ball, defense.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Rolling to his right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Let's go, defense. Our time. Ready? 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Third and long, it's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. This is the former Nittany Lion, the rookie Miles Sanders. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Hey, 74. Come on now.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down again.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 18. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hey, wahoo!
Now Darnold. Got an open man. It's a noon one. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. Letting one go deep for a new. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Quincy Enunwa. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go! Go!
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Strong right! Strong right!
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Wentz going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Jordan Willis.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, What's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. And a throw right sideline is complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A first down carry for Henry. Avery Williamson, the Jets' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 44, Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a third-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
Now it's Darnold. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut, and I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost, but sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops, there he goes again.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 6, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
This is taken at the 15. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put him in command before intermission. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feed.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Marcus May with a pick, and the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, high 7.
Let's get off the field,
Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold, wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Play. Ready? Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Darnold. Anunwa's got it. Complete. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Don't let him breathe. Play outside deep. Don't let him breathe, defense. Back.
Now Bell. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. A tale of two.
How many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Pick me up. Here we go.
On second and 12, Darnold. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Chandler Catanzaro now. He hit from 59 a season ago. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Go!
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets, and he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustainable.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check nickel.
Again, it's Henry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll run on first down. Henry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 35.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Marcus May with a pick, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's got a noon one. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Jets.
Here we go, son. Mark 57. Too little, okay? Showing it, showing it. Man, 80. 80.
On 1st down, Darnold. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
It's a party now.
Darnold to throw again. On the catch, it's Crowder. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
36. Defense wins championships, baby. Check. 80. Hop. Shift.
Again, Darnold. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Hey, box drop.
To the air again, Darnold. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. From 19 yards away. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Mike, go. 180. Mike, let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Five.
Now Wentz on third down. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And
now Bell hit. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
all I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
2nd and 5 now. Darnold, he's got Herndon, his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. By the end of last year, Herndon had solidified himself as the primary tight end for New York. Overall, second leading receiver in 2018 on the team behind Robbie Anderson. In fact, his 39 catches, most among rookie tight ends in the league a season ago.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Double time. We got three. Man, 80. Check 26. Check 26.
Hey, Delta.
From the 36, Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Faking the give, Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's third down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Got him in. He finds Sanders. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And that one results in 35 yards. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Again, it's Wentz. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, Zoo.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Watch it, lady. Watch the twist. Undercrunch.
After the interception, here's Darnold. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And Darnold wants to throw the football. Being chased out left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philip. Some inroads here on that deficit. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he's got it as the score is now 31-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We've got a plane to catch.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Jets, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year, and they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist. I get the money, but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I in Vegas. This for the haters. I make a lot of new money. When the not savers. Be liking my flavor. I think it's cause. Ice on the wrist. On the wrist. On the wrist. Watch out, cuz. I never switch. I never switch. I never switch. I never switch. Ice on the wrist. Ice on the wrist. Ice on the wrist. Ice on the wrist. Ice on the wrist.
Ever since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know